Your AI advertorials will fail if you don't reread it. This is an advertorial that I found. It looks like it's from General Health Blog, which is, they could probably come up with a better name. Maybe they even use AI to generate this. But when you use AI to write your advertorials, you should be using AI to write, let's say, 80% of the advertorial, right? You're writing the bulk, you're giving it data, right? You're giving it research, you're giving it, specific steps, how to structure your advertorial, maybe giving an example of an advertorial and how they structured it and how to make the wording and phrasing and everything. But you have to reread every single sentence whenever you make an advertorial using AI. And nowadays, every advertorial is made with AI, okay? People aren't really writing advertorials by themselves. Copywriters, AI is just too powerful. It's just so powerful, and you can take advantage of it. But most cases, people are the ones taking advantage of. Well, not taking advantage of, but they don't take advantage of it and they end up burned. It's like they're playing the lottery, because when you write an AI page, some of the phrasing and some of the wording will be extremely good, but some of it will also be extremely bad, right? That's a possible scenario. So when you have, for example, a really good product, you have a really good angle, and you have research, but your AI copy, it's really good, but then it becomes really weak, and it's really good. It's just super inconsistent, and people can tell on that. And an example is this advertorial right here. It looks like they're selling some ginseng whatever for Viagra, powerful erections, which is, a very strong point of your manhood. As a man, if you're not having your lower body working properly, you start to feel shame. You start to feel like you lose manhood, right? That's what you kind of want to focus on. And for here, it's just, I read through this advertorial, it's not exactly so believable, or it doesn't really match the story very well. It just seems like it was just put together, right? They have the general steps, right? They say stop feeling like the man, they're going after the emotions, right? They're starting off with a quote, they're starting off with a person in the story that's trying to be relatable to the customer avatar, and they have this discovery of this doctor who's the authority, who's saying there's no pills, and then they're talking about how it works and everything. But to me, after reading so many advertorials, it just feels like they just slapped this all together. Because look at this, I was flipping through channels when I came across a report on men's health. A well-known neurologist was a guest on the show. He explained that many men suffer silently from erectile dysfunction, and that in many cases it isn't necessary to take medication. It might rather substance in the body. I mean, I always see suffer silently from erectile dysfunction, and you have these EM dashes or whatever they're called. It's just, to me, obviously it's made with AI, and it just doesn't come off in a phrasing that would come off in an article written by a person. And people can notice that. People do notice that. And you could be losing a lot of sales. You could literally be the difference between unprofitable and profitable just with these phrasings. And you got to go over it and make sure that everything comes off like a human being. They mentioned here something about no effect, started walking away from her because the shame was worse than the silence. Right? It's not specific enough. It doesn't come off as a genuine story. Right? And of course you can prompt AI to write those. You can get some really good copy with AI, but you're gonna get the best copy using AI and manually editing it yourself. See, I started walking away from her. It's so vague. It's just like they're going after the emotions, which is good, but it just doesn't, like, it doesn't have that like journal feeling, or that like legitimate feeling that you want to have, especially on a type of product like this, right? This is a product that people will be very, very skeptical on. They're talking about the formula, like this, the only thing you can sell is like the formula, like why it works, and then you have to show proof and people have to believe it, and it's just not very convincing that as it could be, right? This could be extremely convincing if they had a realistic story. I mean, obviously these images, they're okay, they're AI images. People, like, these still work, okay? Even if it's like an AI image, ideally you get realistic images, but it's just like a slap on advertorial, right? Even these like images right here, they're always commonly used, and like, just make sure your advertorials, they feel like it was written by a human, right? Just reread your sentences and rephrase them. Just take the extra effort to read each sentence, okay? It's not that hard, and go over it, and I guarantee you go over it the second time or the third time, you're gonna find a lot of mistakes that you're like, this doesn't even make any sense. So that's basically it. If you need an advertorial, I make advertorials for ecom brands. You can message me on X or IG, it's in the description, and I can help you with that.